What is up, guys? My name is the Austinator, and welcome back to the channel. I am doing another live discussion. This is the 13th live discussion, and today we have my good friend Will, aka Tension. Say hello, Will.
Hello, guys.
So today we are again talking about gaming. We're going to be talking about gaming news. We're going to be talking about everything related to the gaming world. So if you guys haven't already and you guys are watching it right now, hit that like button. Will, tell them where they can find you on social media or YouTube.
On my YouTube channel is just Tension. It should be a fox with the logo on it. It's pretty cool. Then my Instagram is Tension Gaming 213. Follow me on there. You can find Twitch and all the YouTube stuff. Just follow me on my Insta. You can find all the good platforms that I'm on.
Very, very nice. You guys can find me on Twitter at the Austinator17. You guys can find me on Facebook at Austin Blair. And you guys can find me on Discord at the Austinator, where I'm part of Storms Nation. You guys should definitely check that Discord server out. You guys can find me on YouTube at the Austinator, where I am trying to reach my goal of 40 subscribers. So if you guys want to go and check out the channel, you guys definitely can do that. And Ninjoid came in with a comment. What's up, Ninjoid? So let's get right into it. So I want to start off by saying, Will, how big of a gamer are you?
Pretty big, but story mode games, like I get into them a little bit, but if I get frustrated, I take like 5 months off it, like I did with Tomb Raider. I did like 5 months ago, then beat the whole game in like 2 days. Then I was like, oh damn, this game is pretty good. But I'm more like a first-person shooter type of guy. But I did.
I like that.
Rise of Tomb Raider series. It's a good series. Love it. Please come out with more new content. The games are amazing.
I agree with that. So I think we're gonna start off with favorite game. We're gonna ease right into it. We're not gonna go right into the major topics. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about the we're basically just gonna try and get people to know Will, aka Tension, because he is a good friend of mine and he will be streaming with me at times.
Yep.
And yes, that is the link to the Discord server. Thank you, Ninjoid. And so yeah, let's start with favorite game. Will, you are my guest. I will let you go first.
All right. Like I said, Tomb Raider, hands down, obviously favorite game. I just like it because actually the story mode actually really brought me into it. Because when I started playing, like, I'll say like maybe junior year of high school, I was like, wow, this game's actually pretty cool. Because like as soon as we got into our like gaming class, I was like, let me try Tomb Raider again, see how this was. Because I played like end of sophomore year a little bit. I was like, this game's kind of bad. It's like a little slow. So I played it beginning of the school year, my junior year. I was like, wow, this game's really amazing. The story's really good. And how I played Shadow of Tomb Raider, one of my top favorite games ever, is I literally begged my dad to get the Xbox Game Pass for me because it was on there, but they got rid of it. No reason. Stupid. And I actually did love the Shadow of Tomb Raider game, hands down. And I just like it because the story mode is pretty good. I don't know if I can played the game before, but like I don't want to spoil anything. But it was just one part of the story that Laura Croft like got a point of view of when she was younger and like looking back at what her dad did and like inspiring her on like to become what she is now. That's what I really liked about it. But the sad part is like that one part of the game where things take a turn for the worst.
Great explanation, Will. I'm going with my favorite game is probably going to be Spider-Man, and the big reason for that is when it got announced, like everybody was hyping up the game, and I was a little concerned like it was not going to live up to everybody's expectations. Like I was even hyping it up, and not only did that game exceed expectations, but it destroyed those expectations. Like it was so good that it basically defined what a superhero game should be. You have the fantastic story. It tells like it shows the character of Peter Parker. Like they don't do that in any of the other Spider-Man games that much. And I think the combat is very, very good. It's reminiscent of the Arkham games. And I absolutely love the characters. And it's just, to me, it's one of those things where I think you can't really replicate again because of how well it was. Hang on, guys. I mean, that's kind of my explanation about it, because it's just Spider-Man's just great. It really is. So next up, we're gonna be talking about our least favorite game. Now, I don't. Is Will mute? Is Will muted?
I'm here.
Oh, he is. Okay. So Will, what is your least favorite game?
Damn, that's hard, actually. Least favorite. Honestly, damn. I feel like people are gonna hate me for this, but I'm gonna say Metro, like Exodius, the game that I was told to play. But honestly, I didn't find any entertainment in the game at all. I found the game like very hard, even though it was like on super easy mode. You get barely any ammunition to actually like play the game, which kind of dumb. I mean, the story's okay. I just feel like everything else with the game is kind of like, meh. If you're trying to get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I get you on that. I get you. Sour says, "Hey, what's up, Sour? I didn't know you were streaming right now. No, that's okay. That's all right, Sour." And Sour says, "Best game of all time, even with the mediocre sequel, is The Last of Us." And my least favorite game that I played is Risen 3. I like those picks, Sour. My least favorite game, I'm going with Sonic Forces, and I'm going to explain why. I found the game to be very mediocre, and it was just kind of okay. I didn't like how the game design was like. It was very, very quick, and I didn't like how like the levels can be done in like 2 minutes. The story is kind of and then I think like the 2D Sonic levels were just plain bad at times. Like the created character was cool, but it was just pointless. Like the game is pointless. It's boring, mediocre. It's not even that good, and it's my least favorite game as of right now. And Ninja says least favorite game, Last of Us 2, even though I haven't played it. Yeah, that's a lot of people's opinions right now. We will probably be talking about it later on. So right now, I want to ask, because not a lot of people ask this or say, Will, what is the most overrated game?
Overrated. Honestly, everybody's been saying it. The Last of Us Part 2. I've been hearing a lot of bad stuff about that game. It's been hyped up, delayed. Honestly, in my eyes, I'm so worried about Cyberpunk, honestly. Because it got delayed from my birthday to another date. And I hope they keep that date. I hope. And I hope it's not another Anthem.
Oh God, I hope not. I really don't want to see another Anthem, especially like I really hope it's not like that, because BioWare, the guys who made Anthem, didn't even know what game they were making until E3. Like they were like, "Oh, we don't even know," and then like, "Oh, it's that."
Yeah, let's just throw robots in.
Sour says, "I'm gonna be buying and streaming The Last of Us 2 when it's at least $30." No, Sour. Like says no. Sour says most overrated game is Witcher 3.
Really? I heard the game's pretty good.
Yeah, I heard that too. No, it's all right, Sour. It's your opinion. I don't hate that. Most overrated for me, I'm gonna go with Jedi Fallen Order. I'm being completely honest.
Damn.
My biggest problem with the game is I think the difficulty is a little ridiculous at times. I found the enemy types to be really stupid. Like you're fighting spiders the entire game.
Really?
Yeah, it's Like you're fighting stormtroopers. Don't get me wrong, but you're also fighting spiders.
Is it more like you're fighting spiders instead of like stormtroopers more of the time?
It's kind of even. Like you get your Empire types, you get your stormtroopers, your troopers. You got the troopers with like the staffs.
Yeah.
But you also have like the ones you have spiders. I meant at most at least it's 5. Oh yeah, that makes sense. I think it's about spiders. Yeah, it is about spiders. And don't get me wrong, the story is great. I love the story. The combat is fine. It's not spectacular. I don't like the ending with Vader. Spoiler alert. Is great, but that does not make it a 10 out of 10 game. It's at best a 7 out of 10 or an 8. I'm going with a 7.5. Jedi Fallen Order is my favorite game, or Battlefront 2. Battlefront 2 is great. Jedi Fallen Order is both games are great to enjoy, but in my opinion, Fallen Order is overrated. I think it's a great game, but it's not as fantastic. Hey, Kavari. Sorry, Spider Wars Jedi Fallen Web. Dude, if that's a Spider-Man game, dude, I would be excited about that.
The game sounds very entertaining.
It does. So next I want to ask, what is your underrated game? Like a game that doesn't get a lot of praise.
Shadow of Tomb Raider, honestly. The game deserves way better than it should have. Should have got way more like hype than it did. Because I think Shadow of Tomb Raider is the exact same time Spider-Man came out.
Yeah, and nothing was going to be able to compete with that.
I mean, I'll give that fair game and all, but like Shadow of Tomb Raider is a pretty good game, and I highly advise people to go play it.
Kavar says Cyberpunk 2077 looks like it will be a hit. I really hope it is. If it's not, I'm going to be very disappointed. And Sarah says Battlefront 2 used to be so bad, but now it's actually good. It actually is really good now. I will agree with that. It's very, very good. All right, so next topic, well, we're getting to the main topic now. PS5 versus Xbox Series X. All right, so I want to say that we need to criticize both equally, and we will say like which is better, who's going to have the advantage going into the holiday season. Well, first we're gonna get. Did you hear about Mean from ARMS is going to be a new character in Smash Bros. Ultimate? Well, at least it's not from Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
So back to this. PS5 versus Xbox Series X. So, Will, we're gonna start it off with our brief little remarks here. Will, who do you think has the advantage going into the holiday season, Xbox or PlayStation?
Honestly, I'm gonna say Xbox, because the amount of memes that are coming out on PS5, I feel like people are gonna be like made fun of just having the console or something like that. Some stupid reason. I feel like they're both equally good, but I don't think somebody psycho is gonna buy like both consoles at that kind of price.
I agree. Kamari says spec both use an AMD 3rd gen Ryzen CPU. Kasar says I'm more excited for PS5 right now, but we still have to wait and see. So actually getting into that, Sour, that's a good leeway. I'm actually gonna say PS5 has the advantage going into the holiday season, and I'll kind of talk more about it when we talk about like the reveals and stuff. Like we'll talk about, and we're gonna compare and contrast the reveals. I think that the PlayStation console looks way better. There's more games coming out for it, like more exclusive games coming out that are more interesting, like AAA titles.
That's true.
I think the console, I know I talked about the console, but it still looks great. I think it looks better than what I thought it would look like. I like how they're doing 2 separate consoles. They're doing the digital and they're doing the disc. I the controller looks good. I will say I like the controller, and overall, I think the console itself is going to be a little bit more successful, mainly due to the fact that the PS4 people have PlayStation more than Xbox, so that might help it. So let's start with the reveal. So let's start with the Xbox Series X gameplay. And when I say gameplay, I'm saying it in quotes. Gameplay reveal. What did you think of that, Will?
I thought it was okay. I feel like PS5 actually did more reveals than I was hoping Xbox was.
Kavar says the PS5 SSD is way faster than the Xbox. Also, the PS5 will have no load time. Dude, if that's true, I'm probably going to get it because I don't. Because my biggest criticism with some games is that they're so. There's like the loading times are ridiculous.
Yeah.
The
Xbox is not going to have any load times either, so I don't know if it's like by millisecond or anything.
I agree. Sour comes in. If PlayStation would just do backwards compatibility, they definitely win. Oh no, I agree. Technically, they are doing backwards compatibility, but it's only with PS4 games. Oh no, that's it. So I think that the Xbox Series X reveal was very disappointing. They didn't show any gameplay. They showed cutscenes and stuff, which is fine. But if you should have just called it game reveals and gameplay, because if it's gameplay reveals, I want to see gameplay. And the games they showed weren't even that impressive. It was mainly indie games. I don't like that. Like, I understand that because you're trying to give the indie developers something to look forward to, but to me, you should have showed maybe a little bit more of Halo Infinite. You could have showed, other exclusive games like that. And to me, they kind of disappointed on that front. Will, what did you think of the console itself?
The console itself, I'll say PS5 has a way more slimmer design that I actually like. And I think the Xbox is a little bit bulky, what I was hoping it was going to be.
I'm not a big fan of the design. It looks like, one of those like PC things where like you would plug it in. It's like a PC box. That's what I think the Xbox Series X looks like. I'm not a big fan of that. Now, if they do the backwards compatibility, like I know Xbox is doing the backwards compatibility thing, and that's probably what's going to get people to buy an Xbox. But in order for me to buy an Xbox, I want every game that came out for the 360 and the original Xbox to be exclusive to that, rather than being a certain games.
Yeah, just like an Xbox One backward compatible.
So says I have very little hope for Halo Infinite. Yeah, I mean the last couple Halo games haven't been that great, so I get what you're saying on that. PS5 uses M.4 SSD, the Xbox uses an M.2 SSD. Would you rather play on a fridge or a Wi-Fi router?
Wi-Fi router.
I mean that's easy. So next we're gonna be talking about the PS5 reveal. This was a little bit more recent. They showed a lot of impressive stuff there, and they did show gameplay, which I will give PlayStation that. Will, what was your favorite thing about the reveal?
I'm surprised how you actually called it. There was going to be a new Spider-Man game. I'm pretty surprised by that. So I'm kind of actually excited for the PS5 and Miles Morales, because it actually does look very, very entertaining.
Oh man, there's a lot of highlights for the PS5 reveal. I think that you had the Miles Morales game, you have the Ratchet and Clank, you had Hitman 3, you had the New Horizon game, the new Resident Evil, you had a lot of other games too that I will say, like, some of them looked cool, I will admit. They also showed a little bit more of Godfall. It's going to be like the first game that's coming out for the console. And I'm kind of excited to get it. Let's see here. Sour comes in. Surprisingly, the most exciting game for me at that PlayStation show was probably Hitman 3 or Resident Evil 8. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, Hitman 3 was kind of surprising because I'm like, wait, they're actually making this game, and then I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I'm happy that Capcom's actually doing Resident Evil 8 rather than doing doing another reboot or another remake.
Yeah.
Logo. I was so excited when I saw Rockstar's logo in the beginning that I was angry and depressed. Dude, so, Will, did you see the beginning of that where it was revealed that they were remastering GTA 5 for the PS5?
I was very upset.
Dude, we already got a remaster of it on the PS4. Why are we getting another one? Just make GTA 5 on the PS4 backwards compatible with the PS5. I don't understand why they got to do another remaster. And then Nicholas says God of War 5. I really want God of War 5 to be announced.
Everybody does. But honestly, in my honest opinion, I feel like Rockstar is just milking out these new gen consoles on how good the graphics are going to be. And I feel like they're just using GTA 5 to boost up their graphics to see if it works or not for their new game that they might be making or not.
Yeah, that's what I think too. And here's the thing: I like GTA 5, but GTA 5, it's dated. It's still, in a way, it's like it's old. Like no one is gonna really play it on the new console. Like at best, everybody's going to just keep playing it on PS4 because no one's going to. It just makes no sense. It's pointless.
And like, there's really no new content that I've been like hearing about. That's why I stopped playing it, because it's like not even fun anymore. Like I basically have everything in the game. It's like not fun.
I would have. Star says I would have loved if Rockstar would have remastered or even remade San Andreas or Vice City. What would you think about that, Will? If they actually did that and they announced that rather than the GTA 5 announcement?
I would have been happier if I would have heard that than like an actual remaster of GTA 5. But honestly, I don't feel like they might in the future on remastering those games, but I don't feel like they're going to do it now with these new consoles.
Well, they're doing it now, especially they're doing SpongeBob, which is coming out in a couple days, which I will be buying, guys, because I did hit 20 subscribers, so I will be playing that. And they're also
honestly.
They're also remastering Tony Hawk's Skate.
They're also making
as well,
which I didn't.
No, go ahead, Will. I'm sorry.
They were gonna make a Skate 4, which I didn't think was gonna happen.
Dude, they are, dude, and that's shocking. I was like, wait a minute, they're making this? Oh my god, EA is like. Sarah says I would have loved it more if they announced either GTA 6 or Bully 2. Would you like to see? Would you rather see a Bully 2 or GTA 6 revealed, Sal or Will?
Damn. Honestly, I haven't I know what Bully 2 is, but Bully is. I haven't really like heard about it or play any of like the game before, so I can't really say. So I'm more like a GTA 6 kind of guy.
Yeah, I would say that I would be more excited for GTA 6. I would agree with that. Kavar says the new Batman and Suicide Squad game will be announced at DC Fandom. Get excited. Dude, I am excited, dude. Because I heard that the domains for like the websites have been registered, so therefore it is confirmed that the new Batman and Suicide Squad game will be announced. I am hyped for this.
Hey, you finally get your Batman game.
I know. I've been waiting for the last let's see here, 4 or 5 years for a new Batman game, and it might be good. Kavar says San Andreas is my favorite GTA game. I could see that. Sour comes in, but Austinator, they're giving away $1 million every month to PS4 players until releases for the PS5. That's so great. No, it's not. Well, okay, that's cool, but even then, regardless, why would I get the game again when I already own it? It's like saying, "Oh, we're gonna remaster Spider-Man," but didn't the game just come out like 2 years ago?
More money for us.
Like, I'm not gonna buy it off on the PS5. I already own it. It makes no sense. They should have just made it backwards compatible with the PS4 version. They should not have made another remaster.
Yeah.
Because that's something that really grinds my gears with like certain games. Like, there are games that are recent, but then they'll remaster it.
Yeah. Which I'm kind of like, well, it has nothing to do with PS5 or like PS4, but Apex Legend Respawn Entertainment took almost 2 years to finally think, yeah, we could do combat of what's called. Yeah, we could play PlayStation, Xbox together with Switch. They took over 2 years just to do it.
They did. Sar says, I'm disappointed in Rockstar. I mean, I think we all are.
Honestly, I feel like Rockstar should have went with like a different idea. Because I knew GTA 6 was gonna be like announced because things been leaked fake leaked so many times. I was like, there's no way in hell they're gonna like have time to actually all the stuff going on. They're not gonna have time to make a game that big for the new consoles as soon as holiday season.
I bet you they were already working on it. I bet you that's what they were working on.
They probably are working on it, but they're not gonna get it as soon as like now we want it like during holiday season. I know they're gonna work on it, but like just they can't.
But with that time, they could have made a new, different game.
They could have. I'll give you that. Or like add a new content to GTA 5 or something like that.
Okay, if they're adding more content, then absolutely, I would definitely say, okay, I can understand getting it for the PS5. But the problem is they haven't confirmed that yet. Yeah. So right now, I'm a little annoyed that they're going to remaster a game for no reason.
Yeah, it's the same old content, nothing new.
But you could say, well, it's improved graphics. Yeah, even if it's improved graphics, it does not change the fact that it's the same game.
That we're spending like $700 on a console and like $60 on a game.
The price did get leaked that it's going to be a 500. It's going to be 500 for the disc, and then like 400 for the digital. Yeah.
Why would you make the digital more when people don't have like? Because some kids actually do play games and they don't have like access to credit cards. I feel like they should have made the one.
No. The disc drive one is more pricey, and then the digital one is cheaper.
That's what I'm trying to say, but like, I feel like they should have made the disc one cheaper. Because honestly, I feel like people play don't like actually go to GameStop and buy the disc instead of like buying it right there on their own PS5.
I agree with that. Sour says, personally, I think the Skate series is better than Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Do you agree with that?
I haven't really played like any of those kind of games, so I don't really have an opinion on those.
Yeah, Sour, I haven't played them either, so I can't really say that they are. I mean, if they are, I'll take your word for it, but I haven't played them. Kavari says, didn't they remaster Mafia 2? They probably might have done it.
I've been hearing about.
Sour says, I just want Rocksteady to make a good Superman game. Yeah, because Superman has the worst games.
Yeah.
Like, Superman is probably the one character that you could easily make a game out of, but yet he always has the worst games.
Yeah. Easiest person to make the games, but they somehow fail at it.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. Kavari says, I hear a Wonder Woman game is in development at Rocksteady. If it is, I might be excited for it, but I think the Suicide Squad game is being made by Rocksteady, so I don't think it's in development. But who knows? Because Rocksteady could be working on anything. Kavari says PlayStation is one of the sponsors of DC Fandom. What does this mean? I think it could just mean that they're just sponsoring it because I don't think the new Batman game of Suicide Squad game is going to be PlayStation exclusive, especially because it makes no sense. Because every Batman game has been, every console. So I don't know why they would start doing that now. So I don't think I don't think anything of it. I just think PlayStation is just doing it as more like, okay, we're, the new game is coming out. We want to sponsor your thing. That makes sense. So, Sarah says they remastered Mafia 2 about a month ago. All right. So that does answer your question, Kavari.
I knew they did. I kept on hearing about it and seeing ads, but I don't know if they did it or not.
Yeah, because that was kind of like that with me too. Because I'm like, wait, didn't they do that? And I'm like, I don't remember.
Yeah.
So, Will, with everything being said, are you going to be buying a PS5 or the Xbox Series X?
Honestly, might be going PS5 because all the games on there look very amazing, and I feel like they have potential. And I feel very happy to actually buy that kind of console, given it's like $500.
And if you're buying the PS5, are you buying it the digital one or are you buying the disc one?
Probably disc.
Yeah, because me and my dad are getting the PS5. I'm getting the disc one, and then my dad's getting the digital one because I own a lot of I own a bunch of PS4 games, so it makes no sense to get the digital one because then I would have to pay for all my games again, and I don't want to do that.
That's also another reason why they should have made the disc one cheaper, because many people have a lot of PS5. 4 games on disc than digital.
I think the reason why they made the digital one cheaper is because they're going to make all their money back by a lot of people rebuying their PS4 games.
True.
So I mean, hey, it's even. They do it they're making money. So, but the question is, Will, are you going to buy the PS5 when it first comes out, or are you going to buy it, or are you going to wait a little bit?
Honestly, if I have the money, I'll buy it as soon as it comes out. But if I don't, then I'll wait.
Because I know I'm buying the PS5 at some point. I know I'm buying the PS5 when it comes out because again, me and my dad are getting it. As far as if I'm gonna get an Xbox, I might buy an Xbox when I have money, but I'm not going to go out of my way to spend money for it because the Xbox to me just has nothing interesting right now. They need to really show what the console can do because PS5's been doing that, whereas Xbox hasn't. So I think the PS5 is the way to go.
Yeah.
And I believe is the end of that discussion. Sarah says PS2 is the best console in my opinion. I think that the PS4 is better, but I do like the PS2. The PS2 is great. I think the PS2 is better than the original Xbox by far.
Yeah.
And Karari wants to know, will PS5 be backwards compatible with PS4, 3, 2, 1? To answer your question, Kavari, from what I heard, no. It's only going to be backwards compatible with most of the PS4 games, and it's going to be compatible with the PlayStation VR. So take that as you will. Sour says it will be backwards compatible with only the PS4. Yes, that is what I heard as well. So now we need to get into our next topic because this is something that's been going on in the gaming community. I'm not going to post the banner up because I'm scared that I'm going to get copyright striked and my channel is going to be taken down. I'm talking about The Last of Us 2. And, oh boy. This is something that I know it's going to get a lot. This is going to be a very controversial topic. So if you guys don't want to hear what we have to say, dude, that is perfectly fine. I'm not going to, ask you to stay because I will not do that. But if you guys are, staying here and listening to what we have to say, you guys, buckle up because it's going to be a ride. So Will, you go first about Last of Us 2.
Honestly, what I've been hearing about Last of Us 2, it's been horrible. People say like they want to return the game, which I heard a lot about, which I'm kind of sad because I actually had high hopes for the game, but not anymore after hearing all that news.
Yeah, Last of Us. I've never played the first Last of Us. I was planning on playing Last of Us, and I was going to play Last of Us 2. I heard a lot of mixed things about the game. Like the critics loved the game, and then the fans didn't like the game. I usually look at fan scores than critic scores because the fans are the ones watching the films and like they're being fans.
Fans are more important than the actual critics, in my opinion.
Sour says, I watched some ordinary gamers and criticals review of the game. They said it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. It was just mediocre. So like I also like look, yeah, I did as well, Sour. I also watched a lot of YouTubers review it. To me, I'm probably still gonna play the first Last of Us. As far as Last of Us 2, I'm probably not gonna play it until the price goes down because I'm not going to spend $60 for a game that, from what I heard, is very disappointing. Especially for things that I've heard of. And guys, I'm not saying people are not hating the game because of this, that, or the other. They're hating it because they went into it with high expectations. They came out of it very disappointed because a lot of it just Naughty Dog, I think the way Naughty Dog handled the situation was very poor. I will say that right now. They were copyright striking channels for even talking about the game. They copyrighted my friend for just playing Uncharted, and I'm like, that's ridiculous. And I wanted to stream Uncharted. I was going to stream all the Uncharted games, but after that, I'm not going to stream any of their games because I'm scared they're going to copyright strike me. So that's not going to happen. Kavar says Naughty Dog said the Last of Us 2 bad press will pass. Well, we'll see when time. We'll see how that goes. Sour says a lot of people said that the story was the worst part of the game. That is kind of what I heard too from a lot of people, that the story was pretty weak. Again, that's kind of one of the things where I think Critical said that one of his biggest problems with the game was that the story was just okay. Well, the story was just mediocre, and that's what a lot of people's problems are, is that the story is just mediocre because the first one was so good. But you also have to think, the second game was never going to top the first one. Like, let's be fair. Let's be clear here. It was never going to do that. So, I mean, I get why people are disappointed. I get it. And like I said, I'm kind of disappointed even though I haven't played it. So, it's just one of those things where I'm not going to talk bad about Naughty Dog. I'm not going to come out here and say, I'm not going to come out and trash them. I'm just saying that they could have handled the situation a little better. They could have said, okay, you know what? We messed up. The first thing that Naughty Dog should have done was apologize. They should have said, hey, look, we're very sorry for what happened. It was just, again, you guys wanted this game for a long time. We didn't want you guys to go into it, with all, the things happening and so on and so forth. I think that if Naughty Dog did that, the bad press will go away. But the problem is with Naughty Dog is they ignored the problem. They didn't do anything about it, and unfortunately, it kind of just hurt them in the long run. Sarah says, I wonder if they'll announce Uncharted 5 soon. I mean, if they do, I'll be excited for it, but I'm just going to be a little skeptical. Sarah says The Last of Us 1 is fantastic. From what I heard, it is. And Sarah says The Last of Us 2 story is just a basic revenge plot. That, again, is from what I heard as well. Again, I watched Critical's review of it, and again, from what I heard, the game looks great. Like the presentation is fantastic, but they said the gameplay is just. You said the gameplay is the same, so it's not like okay, like it's different. So in terms of gameplay and graphics, if I was doing a review of this right now, I'd say that stuff is good. But I do think that, but from what I heard, the story is kind of disappointing and stuff like that. I'm not going to trash Naughty Dog at all. I'm not saying anything bad about the game. I said that it was just disappointing. It wasn't awful because from what I heard, people are saying, "Oh, it's like the worst game ever made." But from what I heard from other people too, it's not as bad. So I take that with a grain of salt. If anybody's watching this, if not anybody from Naughty Dog who's watching this in the future, you guys probably aren't. But just note that I'm not saying anything bad about you. I'm just saying that next time stuff like this happens, to maybe go with what I said earlier. Is just try to not stoke the fires. Like just don't do what you did here, because then everybody would be just upset. And Sarah says, I'm definitely buying Ghost of Tsushima when it comes out. I'm actually excited for that, so I will be buying it as well.
Honestly,
I kind of went on a little tangent there. Will, do you agree with any of my things that I said?
I highly agree. Not trying to talk bad about Naughty Dog, but I feel like they should actually take some of the criticism and apologize on what they did wrong, or just take action on what they did instead of just blaming other people. Be like, oh, it's not our fault.
But okay, I can understand. They're upset about the whole leak thing. I get it. I'm not saying that. That's I get it, but copyright striking channels is not the way to go, especially people who've been supporting Naughty Dog for so long. That to me was just the wrong thing to do.
Yeah, that's way too far. And honestly, if they keep on doing that, I feel like people are gonna be like, "Oh, this company is not what it used to be. Nobody's gonna like it anymore." Like how Telltale was.
Well, I wouldn't say Telltale was as bad as what Naughty Dog was doing.
Yeah, I'm not saying what they're doing. Telltale didn't really listen to its players, and there was we'll do whatever we want. We'll just strum around, do whatever we want. And look where they are now, bankrupt. Unless they got bought by some other company that's way better.
Well, Telltale is coming back, from what I heard.
I hope not, because honestly, they should have just stayed in the dirt.
Sarah says, from what I heard, the game is too long. The Last of Us 1 was about 12 hours. The Last of Us 2 is 25 hours. That is what I heard too. Again, I'll probably get The Last of Us at some point. I'm not going to buy it now. I'm probably going to wait until everything kind of blows over. Because I'm not going to do a review of the game, and I'm not going to talk about the game after this point, because I'm scared they will, copyright strike me, and I don't want them to do that. So Naughty Dog, again, if you're watching this, please do not take what I'm saying as, I'm being negative. This is constructive criticism, okay? Do not, be like, oh, he's hating on the game. No, I'm not hating on the game. I'm just saying from what I heard.
Even though none of us played it, we're giving you criticism on it.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, but if you make a disappointing game, then I have to talk about it. I can't just be like, okay, we're just gonna ignore it. We can't ignore it. You can't just say, oh, this game is fantastic. No, even if the game was good, but if it was still disappointing, I'm still gonna say it was still disappointing. I'm not saying that are some users, just hating on to hate on it. Probably. There are going to be people like that, and even then, you still have to take it with a grain of salt, okay? And I'm not defending those people. I'm not saying those people are good people, because for the record, I think if people are just hating on it to hate on it, then you're not giving constructive criticism. You're just being a hater. And I'm not a hater. I give constructive criticism, like with Jedi Fallen Order. I don't think that I gave constructive criticism. I said that, for Jedi Fallen Order, they should have better enemy types. They need to do away with the spiders and the creatures. Like, you can still do them for like a tutorial level. Like, you can do that, but I want to fight more bounty hunters. I want to fight stormtroopers. I want to fight, inquisitors. I want to do all that. But when I'm fighting spiders for a good portion of the game, that to me is a problem. And I'll give you another example, like with Saints Row 4. I like Saints Row 4. The Saints Row 4 is a great game. Not as good as the third one, but again, take that with a grain of salt. Saints Row 4, I think the problem is the game is repetitive at times. I found the game to be very okay. It wasn't spectacular, but it was still fantastic. It was still a great game. I still enjoyed myself. It's one of those games where I'll always be smiling and stuff. It's still a fun game, not spectacular, but I'll give criticism where criticism is due. And like with movies, like I'll say when a movie is bad, and I'll say when a movie is good. I would like to first and foremost say that I think a lot of Marvel films are overrated at times. And I will say that because there are films that are great. But at the same time, there are also films that I don't think deserve the praise that they get. Because like Spider-Man Homecoming and Far From Home, for example, I don't think they're bad films. Like I know Film Master Adam and Robert Storms, you guys should go check them out if you haven't already. They hate Homecoming. I don't think Homecoming's awful. I don't think it's as awful as they say it is. It's bad. I still think it's an overrated film. I'm not going to say it's bad. It's overrated. I don't think. What else? Captain Marvel is overrated. I think Ant-Man and the Wasp is overrated. I just think a lot of Marvel films are overrated, and to me, I think that Endgame especially is overrated.
Really?
I will say right now, I think Endgame is overrated.
I actually kind of liked the film. It was actually pretty good. Very packed.
In my opinion, I think Infinity War was the better film.
Well, I'm going to have to watch them back to back now. Talking about that.
Because I'm sorry, but I have more criticisms with Endgame than I did with Infinity War. Like I thought in Endgame, I didn't like Professor Hulk. I didn't like that Thor. The jokes were cringy. I thought it's just there's so much wrong with that film. Like I'm not saying like the last act of the film was great. Like I will say that action sequence was awesome, but only a good portion of the film. And if only a good portion of that film is good, and like 2/3 of it is okay or just mediocre at best, I have to criticize it.
Highly agree. And honestly,
Sour comes in. Are we still getting Wolf Among Us 2? Yes, we are.
Honestly, in my opinions, I feel like
what's that, Will?
Like I said, in my honest opinion, I feel like critics for movies are pretty stupid. Because Joker deserves a higher percent rate than 68 on Rotten Tomatoes. Guess what? Birds of Prey got 70 something. That movie's horrible. Give Joker better.
Well, I wouldn't say Birds of Prey was horrible, but I would say that it's just kind of one of those movies that made you feel empty when you left the theater. Like, it was just like, okay.
I watched that movie and I just wanted to throw like the remote at the TV. That's how bad it was. It's horrible.
No, here's my thing. I don't think Birds of Prey was a terrible film. Like, it's not as bad as Suicide Squad, but it's just one of those movies I just felt was just so average and mediocre that it's just forgettable.
Yeah.
And Nindroid comes in. Yes, Endgame is overrated. It was a little slow in the beginning. I agree with that, but I can understand it being a little slow. But they could have executed it better. And Nindroid says Joker should have won Best Picture. I have spoken. I mean, I think 1917 should have won, but to each their own.
Honestly, they're both great films, but I haven't seen 1917, but when I saw the trailers, that movie actually does look pretty good. Not gonna lie.
Sour comes in. 1917 should have won Best Picture in my opinion, but I don't mind Parasite taking that spot. Oh, this is a. Oh well, actually, I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want to get hated on. Well, actually, I probably won't get hated on because I'm not because I'm going to be fair and honest. So, I'm not going to talk about it because Robert Storms, who talked about it, he kind of got hated on for just talking about parasites. So I'm not going to get into it. So we're 50 minutes in. We already talked about our topics. We usually go to the hour mark, so we can just talk about whatever. So Will, I would like talk about overrated films. What is the most overrated movie?
Overrated. Honestly, in my opinion, I feel like you know what, Birds of Prey. That's it, hands down.
But it got a 70%, so I'm not going to say it's overrated. I'm just saying that I don't think it's like a 70% is fine. Like if it was like 80, 90s, then I'd probably say, yeah, this movie is overrated, but it's 70, so I'm not going to say that it's overrated. I would say for my overrated movie, I would say Avengers Age of Ultron is overrated. I mean, I'm sorry, but that movie was garbage.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
I mean, Age of Ultron wasn't the worst Marvel movie, but it's probably the weakest Marvel movie.
Yeah.
But every Marvel fan's going to say, oh, but it's the Avengers. Oh, Tony Stark is in it. We love this movie. No, see, those types of people I don't like because they'll always defend a bad Marvel movie, even though they're like, but Marvel's the best. DC is better. No, it's not. No, it's DC is bad, but Marvel's better. No, it's not. The movies are better. Yes, I can agree with that. But everything else, DC does better.
Yep. Animated movies, DC does way better.
The animated movies are better. The comics are better. The cartoons are better. Everything's better. Sorry, I kind of had to go on that tangent there because that people like that make me want to just explode. What's that, Will?
But I highly do agree that DC has like all the good comic cartoons, but super bad movies.
All right, the movies aren't super bad.
Well, they're not really bad, but like some of them could be better.
Like I will say, first and foremost, I think Batman v Superman is actually a good movie.
Yes, that one is hands down one of my favorite DC's movies ever.
The Ultimate Cut, I will say, is the best version of the film, but I still like the Batman v Superman. And I will say Man of Steel, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Shazam are very good as well. I think people are always like, well, Marvel has better films. DC has nothing good. Really? Watch those films. And come back to me.
Or watch any of the animated movies.
Yeah, the DC animated movies are better than any of the Marvel animated movies. Like Batman Under the Red Hood, you had Dark Knight Returns, you have Justice League Dark Apokolips War. Like I can name off a ton of them right now, but I'm not going to because of time constraints. It's just one of those things where I think people overhype Marvel because of the films.
Didn't DC just come out with a new animated movie?
Yeah, Justice League Dark Apokolips War, which is fantastic.
No, it was another one. It was Son of Something, Red something like that, with Superman.
Superman Red Son.
Yeah, that one. There you go.
That one was very good too. It has nothing to do with the animated movie universe. It's more like the Elseworld story. Sour comes in 3 movies that will be in the Oscars: Sonic, Invisible Man, and Birds of Prey. Well, those are the only movies that actually came out in theaters. So, I mean, I'm not going to be surprised.
And Sonic better win because that movie's actually pretty good.
Yeah, so I heard Sonic wasn't bad. I heard that from a lot of people. Horror movies in January are always bad. That is true. They are always bad.
I heard Invisible Man wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I from what I heard, Invisible Man, I thought Invisible Man was good. I thought A lot of people like that movie.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Sour, Will, are you a music fan? If so, who's your favorite band?
I don't really listen to rock band. I'm more into like old school rap.
I mean, I'm an Avril Lavigne fan and Taylor Swift. If anybody else was wondering that,
I mean, the only like person I don't know if she counts or not. Miley Cyrus. I don't know.
you like Miley Cyrus?
Party in USA, buddy. I mean, that's the only
All
good,
right, I will admit that is a catchy tune.
the only good song she has is Party in the USA.
Also, if you guys have a F Mary Kill you guys want us to do because we have time, we can definitely do that. So if you guys want to put that in chat, we can do Marvel, DC, any of that F Mary Kill. We can also do Star Wars related, any of that. Sour says DC has nothing good. Have they ever watched the Dark Knight trilogy? Exactly. The Dark Knight trilogy is the pinnacle of DC. Okay, yeah, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, Dark Knight Rises. All three movies are really, really good. But everybody's going to say, well, DC has no good movies. But yet, they won't acknowledge the bad Marvel movies. Like, they'll always acknowledge the bad DC movies, but they won't acknowledge the good ones.
Yeah.
Like, they'll always acknowledge Green Lantern. They'll always acknowledge, oh, well, you guys had Green Lantern. You guys had Batman and Robin. You guys had all of that. But yet, they won't acknowledge that Marvel had the 2015 Fantastic Four, Ghost Rider, both Ghost Riders, the Spider-Man 3, X-Men Origins Wolverine. I can name a ton of them. Like, I'm sorry, but those people drive me insane.
Yeah, honestly. Like, their opinion doesn't even really matter because they always watch the good Marvel movies and like they don't even really like spread out their like view of like movies or anything. Like they'd be like, "Oh, this company's better because it has way better action movies or something like that." Instead of actually digging deep into the actual company and see how bad it is.
That is true. And Ninja says Stargirl rocks, and it does. It's very, very good. Stargirl. Have you seen Stargirl yet, Will?
Isn't that Disney Plus movie?
No, it's on DC Universe, but it's also on the CW. If you get the CW app, you get the episodes for free.
Yeah.
So I recommend it.
At first, I thought you were talking about that trash movie on Disney Plus. I think.
Oh, Artemis Fowl. Don't watch it. It sucks.
Yeah.
LOL. Sour says the animated Suicide Squad was very good. Yes, it was. Sour says Invisible Man wasn't anything great, but I liked it a lot still. All right, that's from what Ninjoid has a fuck Mary Kill. We'll say fuck Mary Kill. Padme, Black Widow, Jyn Erso. All right, have you seen any of the Star Wars films, Will?
Yes, I have.
Okay, have you seen Rogue One?
Yes.
Okay. So in a fuck Mary Kill, what would you do?
Obviously, I'm gonna fuck Black Widow, hands down. Probably marry Padme and kill Jyn Erso.
I'm going to kill Jyn because I personally, she's just I didn't really wasn't a big fan of her. I'm obviously gonna fuck Black Widow because again, come on, guys, look at her, come on. And then I would marry Padme because again, it's Padme, and I know Sour is simping on Padme, which I trust me, man. I feel you on that one. Sour says X-Men has some of the best Marvel films, but also some of the worst. There is no in between for X-Men. That is true. That is very, very true. X-Men has some of the worst films and some of the best. Like you had Days of Future Past, First Class, the first two X-Men movies, but they also have movies like X-Men 3, X-Men Origins Wolverine, X-Men Apocalypse. It just X-Men to me, it's just people don't really talk about X-Men because of it's not in the MCU, but X-Men was kind of like an MCU, like a small one.
That's like what they're doing in Spider-Man now with Sony, if you think about it.
And you want to hear something? You want to hear something funny, Will?
Well,
I think The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is underrated.
I didn't really think it was that good, but I think it was okay. It wouldn't be my top 10 favorites.
No, I would say that no, it's not in my top 10 either, but if we're going by underrated, I think The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is underrated.
Yeah, I agree.
I also think Daredevil is underrated as well. Daredevil was very, very good. Yeah. Sour says he would fuck Jyn Erso, marry Padme, and kill Black Widow.
I'm really confused on how high this guy is to kill Black Widow.
I don't know how I feel about. I mean, I get it. I get it, Sour. No, it's all right, Sour. You know, he's just cranky sometimes. Ninja says same, and Ninja says yes, he is simping on Padme. Sour says I like my women more petite, so yeah.
Okay.
I feel ya. Hashtag Padme is queen. Yes, she is. I am not a huge X-Men fan, but the first one, First Class, and Logan are great. Oh yeah, Logan is awesome. I will say that it is very, very good. Ninja says yes for both of the films that I said that are underrated. And so I remember watching a ton of X-Men animated series. It was really good. Yeah, I heard it was very. I started watching it, and I do agree it's very good. So guys, we did hit the hour mark. We did end our topics early. We did kind of start to ramble on about movies and me ranting on about Marvel. So I'm gonna give you guys to about 2:35. So if you guys want to post anything else in the chat, you guys can definitely do that. Otherwise, we're just gonna be rambling for the next few minutes. So I would like to say first and foremost, thank you, Will, for coming on. That was, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, no problem. I was happy to be here for the first time talking.
Yeah, because again, I want to get other people on here as well, because we've had a ton of guests. We had my friend Angry Care Bears, we had Ninjoid, Sour, EJ, we had my friend Bigford Entertainment, aka Jason, aka Enzo. I usually call him Jason because I'm more used to calling him Jason.
Yeah.
We had Dan on here. I want to get low. I want to just have one day scheduled for the week where me, you, Dan, Davey, and Logan we have a panel one day a week where we just talk and ramble on about stuff.
I feel like it's not gonna be hard for you and me and Dan to get on together. I feel like you're only gonna have trouble to get Logan, Davey on.
Sorry, I had to mute myself for a second. But yeah, man, I mean, the one with Dan was very fun, and I think our chemistry is pretty good as well. I do apologize for interrupting you at times, just again because sometimes I just don't expect when you're gonna talk, so I'm just talking over you.
That's all right. It's your show, man. I'm your guest. Stuff.
Ninja says Spectacular Spider-Man 1994 are better. I mean, I could, yeah. I mean, I would say X-Men would be my top 10, but I don't think it doesn't beat Spectacular 1994 for me. I agree with that. Does anybody else remember the Cartoon Network show Secret Saturdays? I don't remember that. I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't remember that.
Kind of do. I think that's when they show super old shows. I believe so. That's what I think it was.
Oh, before we end this, Will, guess what's on HBO Max?
What?
Batwoman.
God damn it. I want to buy it because there's so many stuff on that thing. I just feel
I would say, because I said this before, I think to me it's a waste of time because I own most of the stuff on HBO Max that's on HBO Max. So it's I'm not going to spend $15 on something that I don't need.
Yeah.
I will buy it again once the Snyder Cut comes out. But until then, I'm okay with my Disney Plus and my everything.
Yeah, I highly do agree though.
Yes, Will is correct. And Ninja says, "Here comes Will's rant of Batwoman."
I mean,
all right, guys.
Cancel.
Oh wait, what were you gonna say, Will?
Cancel Batwoman. That's it. That's all you need. Even though you had a new actor, just cancel it.
Perfectly agree. All right, guys, it's 2:35. We're gonna wrap it up here. I want to thank Ninjoid, Sour. I want to thank Nicholas and Kavari for coming in the chat. I want to thank Will again for coming on. It was again very good. Hopefully I get other people on future streams. Will, where can they find you again on social media platforms?
Just follow me on Instagram at Tension Gaming 213.
Perfectly fine. You guys can find me at the Austinator 17. You guys can find me on Facebook at Austin Blair, and you guys can find me on Discord at the Austinator on Storms Nation. You guys should definitely check it out. It's in the chat, so if you guys want to join the Discord server, you guys can definitely do that. Also, you guys can find me on the YouTube at the Austinator, where I'm trying to reach 40 subscribers. So if you guys want to subscribe to the channel, you guys can definitely do that. We're going to get to these last chats here before we end it. Nizoy says, yup, cancel it. And make sure you guys come check out my stream tonight. Yes, I am actually going to be taking part in Ninjoid's stream tonight. So you guys don't want to miss that. Sour says, I'm streaming GTA 5. I will watch that. And then he says, adios. See you later, Sour. And anyway, guys, that is about it. So thank you guys so much for watching. This is the Austinator and Williams signing out.